All right, welcome everyone to the first game for their Triton Lady Trojans as they start the season off here at TCU Gymnasium at John Glenn. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as the Trojans get ready to take on the Falcons. Triton finished the season last year on a tear, forging their way past the sectional championship all the way to the regional championship. Things have changed since the end of last season's run. A change in the coaching department as Kennedy Krall now takes over as head coach for Adam Heckman here for the Blue Swish. She's got her work kind of cut out for her here. She takes over a really good team, a nice core of some players that was part of that regional championship, that run to the play in the regional championship a season ago. A very good group, some really good leadership. You look out there with Kinsey Atkins, with an Addison Veers, and Taryn Yates, the senior, and Jolie Groves, the other senior for the Trojans. Four really good players who played a lot, know what to do, and can really lead these underclassmen. John Glenn comes in last season, finding their way all the way, losing in the first game of sectional against South Bend Washington, coming off a 12-11 record. Offensively, putting up 48 points a game and allowing 47. Coach Ted Hayden's got his work cut out, and with this John Glenn team, very physical. A team that's going to get in your face and play some serious defense, not afraid to force turnovers, and they're not afraid to fire away with the basketball. Triton last season, you saw it, they averaged about 41 points a game and defensively allowing extremely well, under 40 points a game. This is a group here whose defense really can play to their offense. We've seen some interviews with Coach Krall and what this team's expected to see. You know, you're going to see a man-to-man defense. You're going to see this team kind of change up from what we've seen in seasons past. It'll be interesting to see what this Blue Swish team now does with a different person at the helm. So with Triton coming out, like you said, tearing their way through sectionals with wins against Oregon Davis, Lacrosse, and Argus, and then an upset over Fort Wayne Blackhawk in the first game of regional, found themselves against Pioneer, the regional champs, where Pioneer went on to win the state championship. But Triton fought hard. There's a lot of things that happened well. They did graduate a lot of key seniors from that squad a season ago. The numbers may be down a little bit, but the quality is still there. We'll take a break, be back having the starting lineups right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for the visitors to the scoreboard, the Triton Lady Trojans. As senior number 4, Taryn Yates. As senior number 10, Jolie Groves. Sophomore number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. Junior number 14, Kinsey Atkins. And sophomore number 4, Addison Veers. Lady Trojans are coached by Kennedy Kroll. And now, Falcon fans, get on your feet. Put your hands together, make some noise as we meet the starters for the John Glenn Lady Falcons. A 5'7" senior, number 1, Lauren. A 5'10" junior, number 3, Kennedy. A 5'8" sophomore, number 5, Sophia. A 5'10" senior, number 40, Jessica. And a 5'10" freshman, number 32, the Lady Falcons are coached by Ted Hayden.
All right, starting out there for our Triton Lady Trojans, Jocelyn Faulkner's out there with the senior Taryn Yates and Jolie Groves. Addison Veers mans the middle, and Kinsey Atkins out there rounds out the 5. Out there, Lauren Fans alongside Kennedy Hayden, Sophia Romer, Jessie Alaska, and number 32, not listed in the program. So we're going to go with number 32 for her, as fortunately was not listed on either program for JV or varsity. So we apologize to the Glenn fans that will be watching this. We do not have her name. I'll try to get it here in between the halves. Addison Veers and the Alaska get ready to tip it off here from TCU Gymnasium here, home of the John Glenn Lady Falcons. It's up. Addison Veers swats it to the right. And Fansler's going to come away with it. Back to 32. She's going to look up top the key. Back to the Alaska on the left side. She'll work up top, working right now on over. Drops it down to Fansler, tipped away, and Triton forces a turnover to start it off on defense. Yates now brings it past the half-court line. She's working left, calls out the play. Trying to shake the defender, stops, picks up a drill, going over to Kinsey Atkins. Atkins now outside the attack line. Goes on over to Jolie Groves down the left wing. Drop down low. Veers up and in, banks open for Addison Veers. Triton turns defense into offense. 2 points off turnovers to start the ball game. Yalaska now up top the key, works right on over here to the near side to Kennedy Hayden. She'll work left, kicks out, Fansler on the left wing. She'll cut back in the middle, and now goes down the lane, has a free lane, goes up, and draws the foul. This one might be coming on Taryn Yates. We see our first foul, good defense, but the lane was open. They're going to call the foul on Jolie Groves. As Triton sees her first foul, and that's going to send Lauren Fansler, one of two seniors now, to the line for two. As she gets set now. First one's on its way. That one drops. And the Falcons are on the board. Second one on its way. Bounces out. Addison Veers with the rebound. Right back to Yates. 1 for 2 on that trip there for Fansler. Yates works left, find Kinsey Atkins now. She looks left for Jolie Groves in the left wing. Closely guarded there by Hayden. Groves got to get rid of it. Goes back on over to Kinsey Atkins. Yates is open on the right wing. Faulkner works over to the right side. On top to Veers. Yates patrols the baseline. Back to Atkins on the left wing. She's going to try the dribble drive. Kick out to Veers. Glenn doing a good job taking away the post as Atkins goes through and thrown away by Faulkner. Yalaska on the steal. She's in the fast break. Pushes it up. Hayden's got a free lane to the basket. Bank is open. And it looks like that. John Glenn lost that. Gets their first field goal to drop. And they take the lead by 1. Triton working against this full court pressure. Veers pushes it up. Threads the needle to Faulkner, who loses it. As Fansler comes away with it. Second turnover for the Trojans. Yalaska in the fast break. Steps over. Goes up. Blocked by Veers. We got to fight for the basketball down here. The ball belonged to the Trojans. Here's the inbound. Here comes that full court pressure defense. And Coach Ted Hayden, his third season here at John Glenn, will put on here against the Trojans. Kennedy Crawl calling out her what she wants to see from her offense. And Yates gets it knocked away. Triton will hang on to it. Veers to inbound from the near sideline. Pushes out, Yates will reset. Taryn Yates, a talented senior, pushes it up on over to Kinsey Atkins, goes to Jolie Groves on the left wing. Faulkner alone under the basket, and she puts that one up and drops it.
Nice.
Nice play from Jocelyn Faulkner, and Triton regains the lead. The last time these two teams met, Glenn won by 7 back in November 4th of 2020. As Fansler kicks it out, 3-ball on its way, and that drops.
Looks like we're going to have a repeat of the JV.
And, you know, we saw back and forth. Glenn shot a lot of threes in that JV contest earlier, which they won over Triton early on. As that one's knocked out of bounds by the freshman. Yates gets a show reset now, trailing by 2, 5:23 left to go here in the first quarter. On over goes on the left wing. Hayden stuck to her pretty tight, not giving anywhere to go. She'll tip it and goes to reset. Works up top to Faulkner. Jocelyn Faulkner, the sophomore, getting some varsity minutes here. On over to Yates in the corner. She'll drive baseline, gets stopped. Double team, back up top to Faulkner. Quick pass on top of the key there to Addison Veers. Atkins trying to get freed up here on the left wing. Veers gets fouled there as she was trying to get some space. They're going to call the foul on Yalaska. That'll be her first, team's first, here in the first quarter. Veers to inbound now. Yates waits for the offense gets set. Goes to Faulkner. Concentration's there, but Fansler knocks it away, and she'll keep it alive, and Faulkner's going to fight for it. A jump ball calls, and it belongs to the Falcons.
Very competitive so far.
No, both teams not afraid. Kennedy Hayden now brings it up. Works past the half-court line. Crossover goes left. Yalaska now in the corner. Gets the screen from Hayden. Yalaska's got a spot in the paint. Kicks down low. 32 shots up. No good. Rebound's going to go to Romer. And Addison Veers comes in to try and knock it away. Might have got away some contact. And a jump ball calls. They're going to give it to the Trojans. Full court pressure being, or three-quarter court pressure being placed by the Falcons. Yates trying to split the defenders and does. Yates gets ahead of steam. Pass over Kinsey Atkins, 3-ball on its way, puts it in. Kinsey Atkins on the assist from Taryn Yates, and Triton takes the lead, and a timeout for Glenn. Of course, we're recording this one here tonight. This will be posted later. So you'll find out. So we said the JV content.
Yeah, we're just happy to be here.
We're just happy to be here and get basketball figured out. So far, I've ran the stats thing okay. It works.
You didn't forget.
I haven't forgotten yet. Give it time, though.
How many months has it been?
Well, it's been well, usually Kenny runs it, so I don't have to worry about it. But still. See, we got to get Kaden trained up on this, so when he comes over next year, he'll be running the stats, so we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to teach my son how to do all this stuff. So timeout resumes. 14 left here to go in the first quarter. Triton leads by 1 following that 3-ball from Kinsey Atkins. Like the aggressiveness, she had to quiet herself quite the afternoon against Lakeland Christian in the scrimmage. Taryn Yates did a good job splitting defenders and finding the open man, finding the open player on the right side. Full court pressure now by the Trojans. Crawl, tipped by Yates. Hayden's got it, and she'll dribble it out of bounds, and it'll stay right here. Triton forces a turnover. Love that full court pressure defense by Coach Crawl.
Question is, do we have the stamina for it?
We'll find out. Pass up top, Kinsey Atkins. She's alone right where 3 might have been pushed. Oh, it was tipped, but Romer shoves her after the shot, and Kinsey Atkins will go to the line for a chance for 3 points. Atkins now, first free throw on its way, and Triton gets that one, first one to go. Triton had trouble with that free throw department a season ago. Looking to get that mark back up over 70% as Kinsey Atkins looking good here thus far. Third one, and Kinsey Atkins perfect from the line on that trip as the Trojans take the lead by 4. Tara Woods now, the 5'4 sophomore, checking in for the Falcons. She'll come in for Romer. Fansler to inbound. Triton forced to turn over that last inbound, and it turned into 3 points. So 5 points off of turnovers for the Trojans. Yalaska works through up the sideline, up to Woods, who fires down low, too tall, as she'll corral it. Back in the corner, 3-ball from the far side, up no good. Rebound to Yalaska, the putback is up and no good again. Addison Veers fighting for it, and Kinsey Atkins comes away with the rebound. The jump ball will stay here. As the Trojans boxing out, trying to get every rebound they can. Fansler now. To Woods. Back on top, she'll drive and kicks it out. Yalaska, 3-ball from the right wing is up, back iron, no good. Yates tips it to Addison Veers. Yates works up the far sideline now, back up on top to Kinsey Atkins, top the key. Works left to Addison Veers. Atkins gets the screen from Faulkner, she'll go underneath. Faulkner now back up to Yates on the right wing. Yates will drive, she does it so well, elevates, and bank is open for Taryn Yates. Triton pushes that lead up to 6. Fansler now drives, kicks out from the elbow, up to the right side to Yalaska. And she'll miss, might have been a missed call. And Triton resets. Atkins on the left wing, she'll try another 3. Bank is closed on that one, she'll miss that one. Put back by Faulkner is up and she'll get fouled.
I'm gonna have to get used to this full court press because it messes up my camera work.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I do.
I like pressure defense. Faulkner's first one on the way is off the side iron, no good. Scrawl has a word with her 2 guards as they go back out to relay. Faulkner, empty trip. It's Triton now 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Kicks left, tip by Kinsey Atkins. Atkins on the fast break. Kick drops it down to Yates, but it's going to be knocked away, and they'll stay right here with the Trojans. Veers now to work underneath her own basket. Faulkner rotates around here to the near side. Veers looking up top. Goes to Yates, who elevates. Can't quite get there, and Woods comes away with it. She'll take off. I believe it'll go back to the Trojans. They'll say it went off of Woods. And she got the pass a little too high for Taryn Yates. And Glenn's going to back out of that full court pressure defense.
Got a lively pep block tonight, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm like I said, I miss these pep blocks. Atkins kicks on over to Taryn Yates, drops the right wing to Jolie Groves. Groves patient, goes back to Yates. Screen from Faulkner. Atkins feeds Addison Veers. Feeds down low to Faulkner. She'll corral it and puts it back up. Can't quite get it there. Rebound goes to Glenn. Triton 3 of 4. That's her first missed field goal from inside the arc. Hayden on the far side corner goes right back to Fansler. Fans are up to Alaska. She calls out the offense. Hayden on the left wing. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Triton leads 12-6. Alaska gets a nice feed inside. Gets it tipped away. She'll corral it. Tries to go back with it. Tipped by Yates and out of bounds. Fansler goes to Alaska. Hayden gets it tipped, and Triton forces another turnover. Puts it up to Kinsey Atkins on the left side. Jolie Gross thought about the baseline jumper, kicks it right back to Kinsey, cross court. Addison Veers alone for a deep 2 and drops it. I think they're called a 3. Triton pushes that lead up to 9. Tipped around, and Triton comes away with it. Possible. They're going to call a foul on Glenn. They're going to call that on Tara Woods. And Sophia Romer checking in now. For Glenn, 14 fouls for them. Triton yet to substitute. Yates gets that one tipped away, and Woods comes away with it. Pushes up. Romer under the basket in the fast break. Can't quite get there. Rebound to Jocelyn Faulkner. They're going to call a foul on Woods. That'll be her third personal. Team's fifth. Here in this first quarter as we're inside that final minute. Yates across the half-court line. Goes to Kinsey Atkins here on the near side. Hayden almost got a piece of that one. Works it to Jolie Groves on the right wing. Yates works with the screen left. No-look pass down to Addison Veers, and Bank is open from the no-look pass from Taryn Yates. Yates with a pair of assists here in this first quarter. 17-6 is our score. Alaska works left, top the key. On to Fans are here on the right wing. Veers might have got away some contact. Hayden down the corner. Back on to Alaska. Inside the free throw line. Jumper no good. Rebound to Triton. They're going to call a jump ball. Yates now will bring it up the floor following that jump ball call. Veers now in the corner. Back to Yates on the right side. Kinsey Atkins alone in the corner for 3. Puts it in. Kinsey Atkins. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Triton leads 20-6. Kinsey Atkins with 9 and Addison Veers with 7, pushing their way for the Trojans to that 20-6 lead. All right, second quarter underway. As Glenn with the basketball, trailing by 14. 3 ball on the way from Alaska off the mark. Rebound to Glenn. Fans are up top the key, works it to 32. She'll go right down to Romer. Feeds Alaska up, no good. Bank is closed. Yates pushes it in transition. She'll put on the brakes and let the offense take shape. One to go to Veers, but it's going to be tipped around by Fansler, and she'll come. Mackenzie Atkins bails her out. But Glenn Trent still finds a way to come away, though. A foul's going to be called on Triton. They're going to call the foul on Addison Veers. Her first, team second. Fansler now brings up the floor. No scoreboard.
Okay.
Alaska gets it, works it left. Cross court, gets it back on the right wing. Wanted Romer down low. She had it for a moment, but they'll work it back up. 3 ball on the way, off the mark. Romer with the rebound. And a foul coming up on Jolie Grosby, her second personal, team's third. Fansler to inbound. Jenna Bulis looks to check in here at next dead ball. Alaska shot in the lane, up no good. Rebound to Yates. Glenn 1 of 8 from the floor. Excuse me, it would be 2 of 14 from the floor. And Atkins is tipped. She'll bring it back. Tries to split the defenders. She'll fall to the ground and she'll lose it. Glenn on the fast break now. Stops, tipped by Atkins. Nice play by Kinsey Atkins to come right back and knock it away. Back to Atkins on the left side. Goes to Faulkner. 3 ball on the way from Taryn Yates. It's up. Too strong off the mark. Atkins tries to get the rebound and it'll go out of bounds. And it belongs to the Falcons. And Jenna Bulis, number 20, checks in now for the Trojans. Triton with that full court pressure defense. Fansler works it up to Hayden. Handles it well. Shots up and in. They're going to call a foul on Addison Veers, and one opportunity coming up here for Glenn. That'll be the second personal on Addison Veers. First one's on its, the one shot's up on its way. No good off the mark. And Glenn corrals it. Triton comes away with it. Yates now across the half-court line. Hands off to Atkins. Atkins crossover. Feeds Bulis on the left wing. On to Faulkner. Addison Veers now the free throw line. She'll try to get some space. Goes up. I think a travel call's coming. And it is. Keelan Bradley now checking in for the Falcons. Fans are now past the half-court line. Goes to Alaska on the left wing. Up to Romer. Lena Dahl looks to check in. Romer patient with it. Goes back to Fansler. Now to Hayden. Shots up. No good there from Keelan Bradley. Triton clinging to that 12-point lead now with 5:20 to go here in the second quarter. Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. And a timeout for Triton. We'll have to figure out who 32 is in between halftime. That bothers me. Not listed in any one of the rosters. I heard Emma something, but I know it's not Emma Romer. Because she graduated. We'll see what Triton draws up here. Lena Dahl's out there with Jocelyn Faulkner and Jenna Bulis. With Kinsey Atkins and Taryn Yates rounding out the 5. Alaska, Hayden, Romer, Bradley, and Fansler, the 5 out there for Glenn. Lena Dahl to inbound. Dahl forces it up, and Faulkner gets away with it. Atkins now on the right side, directing traffic. Goes to Yates. Back to Atkins, trying to direct the team down there. Gets Faulkner patrolling the post. She'll get caught and works to the baseline. Back up to Bulis. Elbow jumpers. Going to be blocked by Bradley. Good defensive stand by the Falcons. And a travel coming here for the Falcons. And Atkins inbound. She'll work it up to Taryn Yates. Inside 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Yates upright, goes to Faulkner. Faulkner caught. Tries to feed, no one home. Kinsey Atkins runs it down and keeps it from going across half-court line. Good effort from Kinsey Atkins. She'll stop, feeds Bulis. Nice play by Kinsey Atkins to keep it alive. Faulkner gets it, but it's going to get knocked out of bounds. He'll stay right here at Triton. Kinsey Atkins traveled a lot of ground to bring that ball back. What a play from the talented junior. Seeing the floor extremely well. She'll try a 3-ball again. Puts it in, Kinsey Atkins. 3 3-pointers for the junior here in this first half. Hayden on the right side. Kicks it on over to Romer on the right wing. Back across. 3-ball for Fansler on the way to equalize and gets that one to go. She gets her first field goal to drop. Glenn leads 5-3 in scoring in this quarter. Yates goes up to the lane, can't get that one to go. Rebound goes to Glenn. Romer in transition goes up high, and nice play there from Sophia Romer. Cuts the lead to 10. Addison Veers and Jolie Groves both with 2 fouls, looking to check in next dead ball. Faulkner works away on the right wing, stops. Back up to Yates, she'll cross around. Atkins, Bulis down the left wing. She'll stop, feeds Lena Dahl. Lena Dahl kicks out, tip there, and Kinsey Atkins gets a hold of that one. Faulkner loses the ball, up to Alaska. Kinsey Atkins trying to knock it away. Nice play from Kinsey Atkins. Kinsey Atkins with the nice play to go full court, knock that one away to prevent the bucket. No easy layups coming from when she's around here tonight. Hayden feeds down low to Bradley. She'll work over top of Groves and gets the friendly roll. Lead now cut to single digits. 9 points scored here by the Falcons in the second quarter. Backdoor, Kinsey Atkins the left hand, and she'll get fouled by Romer. That'll be the 16th foul. As Atkins now back to the line following that foul. Her second trip. First one's on its way and it rattles out. Her first missed free throw. Triton 3 of 6 from the line. Atkins again. Gets back iron too strong. Alaska now. Pushing it up the floor to Bradley. She gets caught. Alaska will retreat and reset the offense. Hayden now, patient. To Alaska. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. Can't get down off the front. Rebound, Jolie Groves. Feeds it, but it's taken away. And it'll stay here with Glenn. Alaska now top the key, works over to Hayden on the left side. She'll drives. Euro step up, no good. Rebound Bradley. Kicks it back to Romer. Alaska in the paint, knocked away by Faulkner, and Alaska battles through and gets the points. Jessica Yalaska with the big points there. Had to fight through some traffic, and she cuts that lead to 6 as an 11-3 advantage to the Falcons here in the second quarter. It was all Triton in the first quarter. And a timeout for Coach Kroll. She tries to regroup her Trojans. Oh no, man. I'm a little thirsty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talking. I don't think I've talked this much.
Since Knox.
Probably since Knox. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, I can't give Trent too much grief. I mean, he did talk. I talked quite a bit in that volleyball regional championship. So, I mean, I hit a lot of commercials there a lot of times, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Of course, Triton will travel to Manchester on Saturday.
We should be able to broadcast there. We got permission. It's just a matter of having internet.
We're going down to my neck of the woods now. Veers, Yates, Atkins, Groves, and Faulkner, the starting 5 out there for Triton on the floor now. Fansler, Romer, Hayden, Yalaska. And we'll get number 32's name here at halftime. I heard Emma might be her first name. Yates on the far sideline. Trying to get some space off of Romer. Goes up, but too strong at the top of the backboard. Addison Veers with a putback.
Nice.
Triton's just with their second field goal here as that one drops. Lead now back to 6. Just under a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Triton leads, but it's been all Glenn here in the second quarter. Yates on the right wing, back on to Faulkner. Goes to Groves, but a miscue. And Triton will turn it over. Hayden will work it across. The fans are on the right wing. Back down to Alaska. She'll drive. Kick out. Hayden the deep 2, but a travel before the shot. And Glenn gives it back. Coach Hayden saying can't move before you shoot it if you're not going to put it on the floor. Goes to Atkins. Back to Groves on the left wing. Groves goes to Atkins. It's tipped. And Atkins lets it go, and she's going to draw a foul on Fansler. That'll be her first personal, team 7th. Allison Kinsey Atkins to the line for the 1-1 bonus.
Kaden helped teach her that?
I imagine so. Although if I asked her, she'll say it was all her.
Okay. Maybe she practiced on him.
Maybe that's exactly right. First attempt, bits of back iron for Atkins. Triton now 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Kinsey Atkins comes in, but she'll get called for a foul, trying to get a hold of that ball. That's her for first personal. Team's 5th. It's Hayden inbounds. Fansler works left to Alaska. Back to Emma, back down low. Romer for the baseline jumper, and she gets that one to go. Cuts the lead to 4. Triton led in that first quarter 20-6, but 15 points put up here by the Falcons in the second quarter, draws them within 4. Groves down the left wing, knocked away by Hayden. McKenzie Atkins keeps it alive. And shut the walk. Going to call a blocking foul on Hayden. Austin Atkins back to the line. That'll be Hayden's first personal, team's 8th. 11.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Atkins gets that first one to drop. She leads all scorers with 13 points. Atkins resets the second one on the way, and she tickles the twine there. Call it 14, lead back to 6. Romer back to Hayden, inside 10 seconds now. Fansler pushing it up. Emma now with the basketball. She'll drive, tries to split through, but she'll draw the foul in the lane. If that's on Addison Veers, that'll be 3. I'm going to call a foul on Jocelyn Faulkner. That's her for her personal, team 6th. And the first one for Emma's up, no good. Glenn 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. And she'll reset for her second attempt here. Now one back iron too strong. Alaska with the putback. Off the mark, rebound Addison Veer. She'll throw it full court. And that'll do it for the first half. Triton leads 27-21. All right, then I'll send that on over to Orion over the computer. I'll let you read those off, and I'm going to go figure out who number 32 is.
Okay. Okay, free throws for Triton were 5 of 10. John Glenn's 1 of 4. 2-point field goals. Triton's 5 of 9. John Glenn's 7 of 16. 3-point field goals. Triton's 4 of 6. John Glenn 2 of 8. Turnovers. Triton 9. Glenn 12. Let's check out scoring. First for Glenn. Fansler has 4 points. Romer has 4. Hayden has 2. Yalaska 2. And for Triton, Atkins 14, Veers 9, Yates 2, Faulkner 2.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Bob Lovell. This is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And we say this every week because it happens. It's tournament time. It just seems like it's tournament time all year long in the IHSAA, does it not?
It does. I mean, we're either playing them or we're in tournament series where we're working our way through each level of the tournament to get ready to crown a state champion, or we're planning. That's kind of what's great about this business. I mean, we're having conversations in our office right now about what our winter state tournaments look like.
Well, you have some great ones coming up. So this weekend at IUPUI, you have the boys and girls soccer championships in Terre Haute. You have the boys and girls cross country championships. Next week you have volleyball championships, and also Friday night semifinals of football. So we're making progress. We're going through this, and for everyone who doesn't understand, you know, the soccer stadium at IUPUI, Mike Carroll Stadium, and then the facility in Terre Haute, you have two of the, as seems to happen with all of our state finals, you have fantastic facilities in both of these communities.
You know, and that's one of the things that's just special about Indiana is we have incredible venues that our kids get to go to compete in the highest level of tournament that we have, our state championships. And you're right, Laverne Gibson at Terre Haute, that course is a national quality course, hosts many NCAA events there. Carroll Stadium at IUPUI they've renovated and done some work there. And, you know, again, it's just a phenomenal show place where it's right downtown Indianapolis and the lights come on and you've got all the great things that our city has to offer. And our soccer community is going to enjoy it on Friday night.
Oh, it's a neat venue. I mean, I recall my days on campus. It's a fantastic venue. The Indy 11 play there, you know, professional team. So, again, it carries on to what we're talking about in terms of the quality facilities that our young men and women have a chance to compete for championships. Paul knows about the IHSAA. Okay, semifinals in football. First round, kind of expected. There were maybe a couple of upsets, if you will. Now we get into the semifinals, and now those teams in 6A that didn't play last week and 5A will be battling it out in the semifinals. this is one of my favorite weekends, one of my favorite nights of the entire football season is semifinal Friday.
It is, and again, phenomenal matchups. You know, we've had some teams exit the tournament last week, and you know they're back home in the weight room already, getting prepared for next year. But I know your show, Bob, on this weekend on Friday night is going to be hopping. And as I tune in and listen, it's just I love to hear the scores come in and the interviews with the coaches, and you know it's just such a special time. And you know the weather's getting right. It looks like you know we're going to have pretty good weather Friday night, getting a little fall chill in the air. You know, and it's just football time, and we're going to make a strong run through the tournament here. And I'm really excited to get to this Friday night.
It does feel like football weather, not to use an old cliche, but it just, there's a crispness to the air, and it just, you walk outside, you feel like it, looks like it, and there are going to be some great things happen. Weather, as you point out, is a big factor. We hope it might not be this weekend, but again, to win the sectional is hard, and you get into the semifinals, and the finals is when you start to see the favorites running into some opposition that make this so much fun as we progress through the tournament.
It does, you know, and we have, what's great about football is we have new matchups. We have teams that probably have not seen each other, if ever, get to show up and play each other based upon how the tournaments align. But then we also are going to have some historic matches that are put together in our tournament. You know, that 6A league, such good football, and, you know, they're prepared, they're ready to play. They've been sitting a week, they've been getting everybody healthy. So, yeah, I mean, it's excitement. And, you know, it's refreshing to me to know that communities still love their football, they still love to put on their school colors with their name on it and get out and support their local teams.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as Triton leads 27-21 here at the start of the third quarter. As you saw leading the way, Triton shooting the ball extremely well. Defense really leading the offense. Unfortunately, that second quarter was kind of quiet for the Trojans as they let Glenn go on a 15-7 run in that second quarter. As you see where our score is at now. A lot of contact being played by the officials. A lot of contact be played here tonight. First game of the year, I believe, for them. It's not easy. This first game, they're trying to get the cobwebs worked up, get the kinks worked out here. As Triton played extremely well. Like I said, defense moving the offense. That full court pressure defense really put the pressure on the Falcons and forced some turnovers. Forcing 12 by my count. Triton giving up 9. As Triton will start with the basketball. Atkins, Yates, Groves, Addison Veers, and Jocelyn Faulkner in the 5 there for the Blue Swish. With Fansler, Romer, Hayden, Jessica Yalaska, and number 32, Emma Norton. I want to apologize to Emma. We didn't have her name on the program that we were given. But she's had herself quite the first half with 7 points. That one gets knocked away. Faulkner corrals it. Back to Yates now. Yates working against Romer. Back to Groves down in the corner. Fears trying to get freed up. Good defense by Yalaska. Groves nowhere to go. Throws it out of bounds. Off of Hayden. Good play by Jolie. Goes to the countdown was started. And Triton will inbound the basketball. Mackenzie Atkins will set up the offense. She'll work on the inbound. Goes to Addison Veers. Hands off to Atkins. Gets knocked away, but it'll go out of bounds on Triton. Yalaska on the far side. Pressure defense by the Trojans. Feeds Fansler. Push up to Romer. Sees it. Swatted by Veers. Groves are rolling over. Norton gets away. Addison Veers trying to get there. And a turnover by I don't know who turnover was on. That ball was all over the place. In the corner, Romer will try a deep two and gets that one to go on. And Romer with the deep two. Draws within 4 as they get their first field goal of the second half. Fears down the left wing. Groves gets freed up down low. Working against Romer. Here comes the double team. Kicks out and throws it away. Fansler goes with a foul on Kinsey Atkins coming before the shot. That'll be the Trojans' first team foul here in the second half as Fansler goes to inbound. Back to Alaska. She'll set it up on the right wing. Goes to Hayden now here on the near side. Alaska's attempted a couple. Atkins has got to be careful. In the corner now to Hayden. Back on top, Fansler. Triton falling back in a little more of his own defense. 3 ball on the way from Fansler. It's deep. Just off the side iron. No good. Rebound to Jolie Groves. And Norton comes away with it. And I believe a foul call coming on Jolie Groves.
She really went after it there.
That'll be her third personal.
I don't think I have that much fight in me tonight.
Who shot that ball?
Oh, boy. You know who shot that?
I think it was number 1.
1?
Was it a 3? 10. 10's not out there.
Oh, okay. No 10 out there.
Might have been 40. Travel
20.
on the Falcons.
Now she says 20.
There's not a 20 out there.
No 20 out there.
So we'll go with Alaska.
Okay. No, she says there's a 20 out there. Our 20. No?
Do you see the message? Yates now works across half-court line. Romer reaches in and tries to knock it away. And a jump ball call, and it belongs to the Falcons. Triton with 3 turnovers here to start this second half. Norton to inbound. Fansler crosses it over. Goes to Alaska in the corner. Fansler back. Alaska will try a 3. Puts it in. And we're back to a 1-point ball game. Not since the first quarter, these two teams have been separated by this margin. Alaska jumps the route. Atkins runs it down and knocks it right back away. Kinsey Atkins has covered a lot of floor here tonight. Knocking balls away, running down players in transition. She's been active on both ends of the floor here. Alaska with a nice screen from Hayden. Alaska drives, kicks out. Norton baseline jumper on its way, off the mark. Tipped by Fansler and goes out of bounds. Back to Veers, pushes it to Atkins. Now we're going to see some full court pressure defense by the Falcons. Norton trying to knock it away. Yates tips it. Yalassa comes away with it. Norton goes up and Addison Veers knocks it out of bounds. And Veers with another block. As Veers Tower owning the paint here on defense. Up to Hayden. Gets in the inbound, kicks out to Alaska. Trying to find an answer for her. She has 5. Taking a lot of shots. Atkins and Yates knock it away. Yates feeds it to Veers and Triton can't quite corral it. Fansler drives, feeds Hayden. Back, deep 2 for Romer. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to Faulkner. And she'll step out of bounds. Hayden gets the catch and shoot jumper from the inbound.
Lead change.
And Glenn takes their first lead since the first quarter. Atkins now goes back to Veers. Back to Atkins. Trying to direct traffic. Veers will bring up the floor. Works it to Yates. Takes a look at the clock. Throws it away, and Fansler comes away with it. She'll get a lane to the basket. She'll go up strong and gets that one to go. And they push the lead to 3, and a full timeout for the Trojans as they've seen that 12 and 14-point lead. As Coach Crawl wants her girls to sit down and have a quick word with them. As the rookie head coach fired up down there on the sidelines. Coach Hayden having a word with his Falcons, who had a tough first quarter, got outscored 20-6, but came right back with a 15-7 effort in the second quarter. And so far, a 9-0 run starting here in the third quarter.
I want to give a shout out to our fans out there.
Yep.
And you can donate on the Triton Athletic page, tritontrojans.org/donate. And any of that fund goes in an athletic pool. And whenever we need money, we ask for money, and that's not very often. But when the teams need money, they get the money, and it all works out.
Yeah, it all works out in the wash somewhere. Let's get a hold of Rick Yarbrough.
We're kind of looking at maybe upgrading get a sideline camera here soon.
We're going to bring on another man next year.
Yep.
So my son Kaden will be joining the broadcast. As he is, let me tell you, he is all fired up for this. Of course, the O'Haras are coming to Bourbon. So it'll be a little easier to take him to ball games. Yates now works up past the half-court line. Directing traffic, Jenna Bulis out there with Kenzie Atkins and Faulkner. And Addison Veers, and the foul is going to be called on Sophia Romer. Her third, team's first foul here of the second half, and getting ready to check in is Ellie Lang next dead ball. See her first action of the night. Screen from Faulkner. Yates splits the defenders, goes up strong, the finger roll, and can't get that one to go. Gets her own rebound, put back is up, and she'll draw the foul. Nice toughness from Taryn Yates. And the foul's going to be on Norton. Her first, team second. And Yates will see her first trip to the free throw line. Only the third Trojan to find their way to the line. But getting there for 10 attempts, and she gets that one up off the glass. And Triton gets her first points here at the second half. And Ellie Lang checking in for Sophia Romer. Yates to go again. Shots on its way, off the back iron, no good, too strong. Rebound is fought for. Good effort by Addison Veers, and she'll win the jump ball call. And the ball belongs to the Trojans. Veers looking to inbound, trying to get someone figured up, has Faulkner on the right wing. Faulkner pulls back, Kenzie Atkins straight away three with a hand in her face, can't get that one to go. Veers the rebound, goes up strong, and an N1 opportunity coming for Veers Tower. Foul's going to be on Ellie Lang. Her first personal, team's third. And Addison Veers now, the fourth Trojan to find their way to the charity stripe. First one's on its way, it rolls off. They're going to call a foul on Norton, I believe. And that's where they're going to go. So the freshman will get her second, team's fourth. And Addison Veers right back, shooting two now. Trying to break this 30-all tie. She gets the first one to go, and Triton takes the lead from the free throw line. And Keelan Bradley, the 5'10 sophomore, now checking in. A lot of size in this Glen roster. But Triton showing some toughness here in this ball game. That one drops for Addison Veers, the talented sophomore. And Triton now up by two. Hayden across. Goes to Lang. Back across to Hayden. As they'll work against this zone defense by the Trojans. Fansler now goes right back to Lang. Nice feed pass over to Alaska. Some really hard passes being sent around by the Falcons. Alaska drives, loses it. Bradley bails her out. Yalaska alone in the corner for three, and she'll take the lead. Lead is back to one now as the Falcons jump back out in front. The third lead change here in the second half. Beals down the left wing, inside 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Faulkner drives, feeds Veers, Veers up and in. And Triton right back out in front. Back and forth we go here in the third quarter. Fanzer works up top the key, kicks it right back to Alaska. She'll drive, leaves it for Bradley. She'll patrol back to that corner. As Hayden gets it here on the near side baseline. Back to Alaska. She hit one a moment ago. Tries for a second one off the side iron, no good. And that one goes out of bounds, and Triton gets it back.
Has Triton pressed this half?
I need the power cord for this.
Uh-oh. I didn't bring it.
How
close is it?
It's real close. Yates pushes up to Kinsey Atkins. Oh, man, I got to read in the dark here. Atkins tries a contested three. Back iron, no good. Trojans clinging to that 1 point lead. Tipped by Yates. It'll stay right here.
I guess my battery's not what it was last season.
Well, we may or may not have stats at the end of the game.
Well, we had him for 3 quarters.
Well, we have him 3 quarters. Just now.
We'll get him from Sam.
Yeah, we'll get him from Sam. He's got it going over here right next to me. Lang with the deep three, or the three with the short three. I don't know what you want to call that. Right on the line. Yates now leaves it for Bulis. Back to Faulkner. She'll try to get freedom. She'll get tripped up on the way through by Alaska. And I don't have a battery pack to plug this in. It wouldn't matter anyways. Yates goes over to Faulkner. That one tipped out of bounds by Lang, is what they say. And Addison Veers goes to inbound. Triton trying to claw their way here in this third quarter. Had the lead, lost it, gained it back. Bulis, the sophomore, overthrows Addison Veers. Lang feeds it over, but Jocelyn Faulkner takes it back. She's got a chance. Hayden on her horse trying to catch her there, and Faulkner up and in. She'll go coast to coast for that basket as Faulkner now with 4. Fans are now inside the final minute here in this third quarter. Triton leads by 3. Bradley trying to cut the lead to 1, but a travel coming. And Jolie Groves now checking in. She's got 3 fouls. She'll check in for Bulis. So note to self, make sure you have a charger for the laptop on Saturday.
Last year I didn't need it. The battery lasted long enough, but I guess that's what a year's battery's worth of use does.
I guess. Uh-oh. What'd I do? What'd I do? I swear I didn't think I touched anything.
Uh-oh. Close out of that.
Oh, good grief. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on down there, and I'll figure it out eventually. There we go. Where's Excel at? Nope, that's not it. Coach Kroll beside herself as Fanzer tries a 3. It's up and no good. Rebound goes to Alaska. Back to Lang. Lang will try a 3 now. That one's short. Alaska with the rebound. She'll drive in the lane, goes up, tip blocked by Veers. Addison Veers patient, goes up strong, can't get that one to go. Fanzer throws up a prayer at the buzzer, and that'll be short. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Hayden back on top to Fansler. Norton now tries the three. That one off the mark. That one tipped out of bounds by Hayden. Glenn has won the 2 middle quarters. Triton looking to hang on to that lead as they got out in front in the first quarter. Lost in the third. We've had some lead changes here in the second half. Yates top the key, feeds Kenzie Atkins, rolls. Gets knocked away by Fansler, and it'll stay here. As Kennedy Crawl wanted a call there. Atkins, a lot of contact, knocked out by Bradley, and she'll get called for the push. That'll be her first personal, team 6th here the second half. They're one away from the bonus. Atkins looking up top, goes to Yates. Back to Atkins, stops, goes back to 3-ball for Madison Veers, back iron. Kenzie Atkins tips it away. And it goes out of bounds, they'll stay right here. Veers down the baseline. Back to Yates, goes back to Veers. Back to Atkins now. She'll try to drive against Fansler. Pulls back, finds Yates. Hayden almost got a piece of that one. Groves looking to feed down low, gets it knocked away by Romer, and she'll come away with it. Norton now drives. Kenzie Atkins got a piece of that one. She'll knock it away. Faulkner on the drive. She goes up strong. She can't quite get that one to drop. Triton, 50% shooting from the floor. In 2-point range, and that one up off the mark by Hayden. Norton with the rebound. She goes back up, loses it. Yates in transition, spins. Goes up strong with it. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Fansler. And she can't touch it. And Triton will hang on to it as a turnover by Glenn as they saved it. And she couldn't touch it. She was pleading for someone to come down and help her out. Fears to inbound. Up top to Kenzie Atkins. Quickly to Faulkner. She'll pull in for a deep 2. Gets that one off the mark. Fansler hits the deck, but Yates tries to knock it away. Alaska up top the key. She'll work right. Goes to Hayden. Back to Alaska on the elbow. She'll drive. Feed nice feed down to Bradley. Kicks it back to Fansler. Back on top to Alaska. She'll go down to Hayden. Hayden will drive. Kicks out. Romer for 3. Can't get down to go. Addison Veers with the rebound.
I don't know why they're calling air ball. She hit the rim when she shot it.
Atkins drives, goes to Groves, and knocked away by Alaska. Fans, a lot of contact being played here tonight from both sides. Alaska on the left wing. She'll stop up top the key. Retreat back. Kenzie Atkins trying to force her back. Alaska going to work hard there. Kicks out to Romer. Romer feeds Kenzie Atkins, jumps and takes it away. Atkins up, and she'll get fouled on the way to the basket hard by Romer. And Atkins slow to get up. She hit the deck really hard. Kenzie's tough. That floor is very unforgiving.
Well, they do have a new floor here. I don't know if it's as springy as ours, but
well, either way, hardwood is not forgiving.
No.
There's a reason why my knees are shot.
Atkins' first free throw is on the way, and it drops. Pushes the lead to 4 as Ellie Lang will check in for Romer, who's got 4 fouls and team the Trojans down the bonus. Atkins fires another one. Gets it to go. Kenzie Atkins, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Fans are now past the half-court line. Kicks out to Alaska, who pushes it to Hayden. Laying down the near side. Alaska now in the corner, goes right back to Lang. Back to Alaska. Groves on her. 3-ball by Alaska's up and in with a hand in her face. She's got double digits. 11 points in the night for her, then 2 leads now, cuts to 2. Yates now brings it up. Goes to Atkins. Atkins goes back to Faulkner. Free throw jumper, banked in. Assist. Good ball in by the Trojans. A nice job by Atkins on the assist. Kaden now works. Feeds over to Alaska. Alone for 3. She'll try another one. Can't quite get that one to go. Groves with the rebound. And a jump ball call. And it stays with the Trojans. Both teams very active in there trying to force those jump ball calls. Full court pressure defense now being played by the Falcons. Veers goes back to Yates. Yates takes off. So senior directs her offense. Trying to get freed up. Feeds across. That one couldn't quite get to Atkins. Hayden now on the fast break. Goes back to Lang. Hayden feeds to Bradley. Banks closed. And Addison Veers rips it away. Atkins across the line, working left. Back to Groves down the far side. Back to Faulkner, free lane to the basket, and Jocelyn Faulkner. She's now got 8, 4 of 7 from the floor. Back to Fansler, trying with that lead up to 6. Lang now on the left wing, works back up top as Glenn will be patient here. Just about 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Waits for Hayden. We're going to get a reach on the Trojans. We're calling on Kinsey Atkins. That'll be her 3rd personal. Team's 3rd here of the half. Norton will check in for Bradley.
We could face this team again mid-January in the Bi-County.
Exactly. Atkins reaches up and knocks it away. Picks up her dribble. Has to go somewhere, leaves it for Yates. Tries to get across. And that'll be a timeout by Coach Kroll as she saw trouble and calls a timeout. Ryan said we could very well see this team. We've seen them a couple times here in the last couple of years. It'll just stay down there. I knocked my bottle down.
Oh, shoot.
I was going to try.
Like below the bleachers?
Oh, no, it's down there. I'm not in position to get down there. Well, that's why you're the Hall of Famer. See, look at that. Hall of Fame service right there.
I've been doing my rowing.
Oh, yeah, so you're a little bit better shape than I am.
I got to do 30 minutes when I get home.
You know, this is the first game. Well, I guess will be the second game. I've got to sit down and call a game here in 2021. There's only 2 volleyball games I got to sit down and call that game. Everything else I've stood up for.
Yeah.
Of course, the football bleachers are now out, so the press box will be getting extended, sounds like, too. I think it's what they said. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Eventually. I don't know.
Eventually, I don't know if it'll be right away, but the new bleachers will be going at some point. So Fansler, Hayden, Ellie Lang, Alaska, and Norton, the 5 out there for the Falcons. And Triton will send their starting 5 out there onto the floor here with 2:52 left in the ball game. And Faulkner, Addison Veers, Jolie Groves, Kinsey Atkins, and Taryn Yates rounding out the 5.
Are we going to try to get an interview afterwards?
Well, I think we ought to give it a shot. Be the first time I've got the chance to talk to Coach Kroll. And Glenn will knock it out of bounds. It'll stay right here. We'll see how long she takes in the locker room, I guess. Here's to inbound. Goes to Atkins. Ellie Lang's going to come out. They're looking to trap her here in the corner. Atkins goes to Groves. And she'll get Norton. They're going to call a jump ball, and it belongs to the Falcons. Crawl wanted an explanation. As it looked like they reached over top of her to take that ball away. Is laying down the far side. Back to Fansler, pushes on to Yalaska here on the near side. Yalaska back on over to Fansler. Feeds it right back. Jessica Yalaska drives, stops on the baseline, feeds it right back on top to Fansler. She'll drive, kick out. Norton with the up pick, and she'll take off the travel. Yates now. 2:10 to go in the ball game. Works it to Veers. Back to Atkins. Feeds it up to Groves. Yalaska working on her. Groves is going to get fouled. He'll stay right here. Actually, she'll go to the line for the bonus.
Testing 1, 2. Hey, we got a mic.
Oh, I actually get to use that mic. And Jolie Groves now going to see her first trip to the free throw line. It's the 5th Trojan to get to the line. Triton been there 17 attempts. First shot on its way off the mark. And that one won't hit the basket. Triton 10 of 18 from the line. And Glenn out the basketball with 2 minutes remaining. Back to Yalaska on the left wing. Goes to Norton in the corner. Right back to Fansler. Hayden back to Norton on the left wing, up fake, she'll kick out. Back to Fansler, goes to Yalaska. Had Lang in the corner and didn't see her. Yalaska kicks out. Norton forces a 3, too strong. Lang tips it to Fansler, up, no good. Yalaska gets it knocked away. That'll be on Taryn Yates, be her first personal, team's 4th. And Yalaska will go to the line for 2. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. And she's got 11 of her team's points. Gets the first one to go. And Jenna Bulis will check in for Jolie Groves. Atkins back in. Following instruction from coach. And that one goes in for Yalaska. And a timeout for Glenn. They'll take a full timeout as the lead dwindles to 4. As Coach Crawl in her coaching debut, her varsity coaching debut.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
So play resumes here. Bulis, Yates, Atkins, Faulkner, and Addison Veers out there for Triton. Norton, Yalaska, Fansler, Lang, and Hayden out there for the Falcons. Faulkner going to push it up. The sophomore trying to weed her way through. And they're going to say knocked out of bounds by Norton. Veers now. Goes back to Yates inside. 1:15 to go here. Tipped by Lang. Veers to inbound. Yates picks up her dribble, got to go somewhere, finds Addison Veers, who goes up strong and gets an and-one opportunity.
Nice.
Big basket there for Addison Veers. Her second, team's 9th. Triton one away from the double bonus. Addison Veers has been there earlier. And gets that one off the mark. 6-point ball game. Final minute here to go at TCU Gym. Yalaska goes through with a foul. That one's on the floor. They're calling on Kenzie Atkins on the reach. That'll be her 4th personal foul. Team's 5th. Inside a minute to go. Lang to inbound. Back to Alaska. Goes to Lang. Lang works on over. Tries to get it back. Alaska's got to weed her way through. I'll say she lost it out of bounds and went off on Triton. Back to Norton. Alaska quickly feeding fans in the corner. Tipped by Yates. Atkins comes away with it. Kenzie Atkins with a free lane. Here comes the pressure. Up. And can't get the roll. And a foul on Bulis, I believe, coming. And it is. Her first, team 6th. Hayden now brings it up. 35 seconds to go. To Norton. In the corner to Alaska. She tries to get freed up. Back on top to Norton. To Fansler quickly. Ellie Lang in the corner for 3. Too strong. Alaska gets the rebound. Lang. Hayden with a deep 2. Gets that one to go. The lead's now down to 4 with 16.3 to go. Triton's been to the line 10 of 19 tonight. Kenzie Atkins 7 of 10. Yates 1 of 2. Now, I may have messed up and gave Addison I gave the wrong person the wrong free throw. Don't even go off of it.
I don't know how that computer's still running.
And now it's going to stop because you said that.
Well, it probably will.
Okay, 16 seconds to go here. Glenn with the timeout. They just got the basket from Hayden. Got a 2. They trail by 4 now. Triton got the lead in the first quarter. Glenn fought back and took the lead back in the third quarter. Back and forth we've gone here in this fourth quarter. In the second half, lead changes all over the place. Addison Veers to inbound. Atkins spins away, gets freed up from Fansler. Atkins trying to get freed up. And a foul coming from Norton. And Kenzie Atkins will go down with a chance for 2 free throws. It'll be Norton's 3rd. Tim, and now trying to be in the double bonus for the next 12.1 seconds. Atkins with a chance. Give her team a more comfortable lead. And there it went, told you.
Darn it.
Atkins' first free throw drops. Triton has made, I couldn't tell you now. I'd like to tell you, but hey, I know we've gotten 20 free throw attempts. Atkins a chance. Up 5, gets that second one to go, and Kenzie Atkins leading Triton in points. Inside 10 seconds to go, 6-point lead. Alaska for 3. Gets that one to go. The lead now cut to 3. And a timeout for Glenn as they trail by 3 with 1.6 to go. Coach Krall looking for her first win as the varsity head coach. With her Trojans a full timeout, they'll have a long time to talk. What are you doing?
Copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Throwing something in.
May not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the express written consent of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. This is your IHSAA.
I should leave that up to you because I suck at it.
I'm no better. I don't know. Hall of Famer, you might be off your game. You bring a computer that doesn't have a full battery.
No, it had a full battery when we left.
Of course, post-game, we'll try to get an interview with Coach Krall. as her Trojans lead by 3 with 1.2 to go. Yates, Veers, Faulkner, Atkins, and Bulis, the 5 out there for Triton. Hayden, Ellie Lang, Alaska, Norton, and fans are the 5 out there for the Falcons. Triton just needs to get this inbound and hang on to it. Atkins wants it. She gets it. And she'll draw the foul. That's the end of the ball game. And Triton's going to win their first opening game. Coach Krall gets her first win as a head coach. 46-43 here. And Kinsey Atkins leads the way with 18 points. And Addison Veers added 17. We'll take a break. We'll be back here post-game with an interview with Coach Krall right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Everyone needs a passion.
Young people, especially.
That's one of the reasons why high school sports are so powerful.
Because they give student athletes purpose, something to be passionate about. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falcons. We're both assistant commissioners for the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And we're passionate about preserving the purity of high school sports.
They're the purest form of sport left. They're played on a level playing field.
And they're played for school and community pride.
They promote sportsmanship and build character.
And this year, we are thrilled to welcome back our passionate fans.
So buy a ticket to your school's next sporting event.
And experience the passion and the purity of high school sports.
The athletes and schools deserve your support.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
This broadcast on the IHSAA Champions Network is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the express written consent of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Andy O'Hara alongside Coach Krall. Kennedy, talk about opening night, first win your first time out against a really tough Glenn team, 46-43. What did you see out there tonight that you like from your girls?
The first thing I would like to point out is we came out with a lot of fire. You know, that first quarter, I think we ended up having a lead by 12 or so. We let it dwindle. Obviously, we had to work our butts off the rest of the game to keep our lead, but they came out with a whole lot of fire, and when they started to lose it, they picked it right back up. You know, they noticed that they lost their fire, and they picked it right back up there at the end of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter.
And one thing you talked about, I kind of read your articles a little bit of the Times Union and the Pilot. You talked about that pressure defense. These girls playing the full court. I mean, they handled it extremely well, and that defense really led to a lot of points on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. That is something that we obviously can still get better at, but it's something that will help us in the long run and help us consistently every single game, I believe.
And one thing I really like is you're talking about wanting to get trips to the free throw line. You talk about 22 attempts on the night. At least that was by my count before the computer crashed. Yeah. So 22 attempts. You said you want to get there. Yeah, I didn't quite see the mix, but the trips to the free throw line, what was that like for you to kind of see that kind of work, especially against a really tough Glenn team?
Yeah, absolutely. Just in general, looking back last year, as a team, our free throw percentage was 55%. So one thing I am just absolutely hammering with these girls this year is to focus when you're on the free throw line. You know, it's a free shot. Get up there, take a breath, and focus, and put it in.
Exactly. I mean, nobody's guarding. All you got to do is just go up there. It's between you and the basket. Forget everybody else. Go get those free points.
Right, exactly.
You talk, and you saw this offense. You've got players like Kinsey Atkins, who had an extremely good night.
Absolutely.
There was moments by Kinsey that just were extremely impressive, how she ran the ball down. There was times where it was like all hope was lost, a turnover was coming, but yet talk about her effort tonight, just trying to get all over the floor.
No, Kinsey, the one thing that I love with my offense is that every single pass that they make, when they catch the ball, they're able to play basketball from that position. You know, it's not like the ball has to go to this next spot or offense isn't going to run. They can play basketball from their position, and Kinsey does a great job of that. She does a great job reading the defense, and when she catches the ball, she's looking to play basketball, you know, and looking to score the ball. She wants the ball, you know, all the time. And that I would say she's one of the only ones that wants the ball all the time, and I adore that. Yeah.
Well, her big brother will like that too. Just knowing him, he'll like the two. But then it doesn't hurt having the big 6-footer, the Veers Tower, patrolling the paint. She had herself quite a night, three or four blocks. Yep. She had her night. What's it like having a 6-footer down there? That makes a big difference for you down in the paint.
Oh, absolutely. It's something that personally, like as a player or as a coach, I've never experienced before, and I absolutely love having her down there. You know, she can be a presence in the paint on offense as well as on the wing. She has enough athleticism that she can be a presence out on the wing as well. But on defense, the one thing I kept hammering with them on defense was get your hands up, because when Addison gets her hands up, she takes, like 6 by 6 feet of space. That's half the half court, it feels like, So, it's really great having her.
Well, now you're heading back to an opponent you noticed a little bit. That's kind of my area down there in North Manchester. What's it like for you to kind of go back and get ready to coach against a team that you got the chance to play against?
Yeah, absolutely. My brother actually went to Manchester too, so I kind of feel like it's my hometown. But I'm really excited because, especially after this game. Saturday the scrimmage made me excited. This makes me even more excited. I hope that the girls, that the fire they have tonight, they take to Manchester and all the aggressiveness. I'm really excited to be back at Manchester for Saturday. So.
Well, congratulations, Coach. We're going to hang it up here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. I'm Andrew Hare with Coach Kroll and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler. Until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.